Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Planescape Torment. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we investigate something that Elwin over here gave us last episode. Let's look at it. Let's see what this is all about. It's not a suspiciously sealed scroll, it's a suspicious sealed scroll. This scroll has been tightly bound with red ribbon and sealed with wax. You can't put your finger on it, but you've got a bad feeling about the thing, as if opening and reading the scroll could be somehow dangerous. I'm still gonna, this is an old, fading, innocuous-looking parchment scroll bound with a single red ribbon and smelling faintly of mildew. The ribbon is held in place with a plain wax seal. Okay, let's break the seal and open the scroll.
Updated my journal.
The scroll contains a few lines of shaky calligraphy and a strange rune. The calligraphy reads, "This may not kill you, but it will slow you down, and I am sure. Stop chasing me, you thieving bastards. It's my body, mine, mine, mine. Now die." What the? The rune suddenly throbs and the entire scroll begins to dissolve into a stinking black mess. The fluid seeps directly into the flesh of your hands. In seconds, the magical hemotoxin has rendered your blood into black bile. You begin to die an exquisitely painful death.
No
Well,
matter, he'll be up in a bit.
I will be up in a bit.
Feels like I've been strained through someone's bowels.
Yeah, it does. Oh, look at that, that's working. Fantastic! That one works for once. Okay, so that was a nice healing. I am gonna tell her about this. I don't think she was responsible for this, to be honest, the lady, but I'm still gonna tell her. I talked to Lenny already. We still need to do that particular quest, I think. Yeah, we definitely need to do that quest. We need to find somebody that we trust. Come on, game, stop loading. It's done loading. It's fine. Okay, what do we have over here? A poor quality stiletto. Don't need none of that. You approach. No, let's not mess with the tower. Is there a passage this? Wait a minute. No. Okay, so we are not in the same place. We have. Wait a minute. What? How did I get turned around? Oh. So I need to go. No, it's fine. Where do I need to, wait a minute. Where are we? It's the lower ward. Dang it. That's why. Okay. Yeah, let's go to the upper ward. Lower ward. Upper clerk's ward. That's the one. Why is it? Sure, whatever.
Done.
It's not called the upper ward. I was just confused. So let's go and talk to the lady over here and tell her about what happened. She's over there. She's over there instead. And we need to go also down here. Yeah, Elwin. Hey, Elwin, your scroll killed me. Yeah, I read that scroll. It was trapped. Elwin looks confused. I don't know what to say to you, scarred one. Well, you could start by saying how exactly you came by the thing. As I told you, scarred one, it was given to me by my mother. A hooded man had given it to her some 50 years past, paying her well, but bidding her to never read it, whatever the circumstances. Elwin sighs, looking away for a moment. A user of magic she was, powerful in the art, but frightened of this man just the same. She had said his eyes. She had said his eyes, all she could see of him, really, hinted at madness, and that the flesh around them was puckered and grey, like yours. I know nothing more of him. Well, that'll have to do then. I can't really tell what that is supposed to be. Is there no? It's my body. Oh. Can I read it? Oh, it destroyed itself. That must have been the origin owner of this body. The original owner of this body. It makes sense. It's my body, mine. But why would he want to delay me? Huh. This tall, slender woman occasionally looks up from her cup of wine to scan the surrounding patrons and passers-by. Her facial features are elegantly exotic, and her eyes, a brilliant gold in color, catch the light sparkling as she looks about. Greetings. She regards you carefully for a moment before replying. She speaks slowly and carefully, avoiding direct eye contact with you. I, Elwin, return your greetings. Elwin, your friend Namel is looking for you.
Updated my journal.
She begins to smile, but then covers her mouth with her hand and looks down at her drink. I, Elwin, am most pleased to hear of Namel. Might I, Elwin, persuade you to tell her of this place? I'll consider it. I had some questions, though. The woman shakes her head, her crimson locks catching the light and sparkling like winding flame. I, Elwin, have no answers, stranger. You would do best to seek answers elsewhere. Okay, you said you were Elwin. Yeah, persuaded about this place. Yeah, I'll do that for you, I guess.
Updated my journal.
She looks at you directly and just for the briefest of moments before she casts her eyes back down to her drink. Your senses are awash with a warm, comfortable feeling. Pure happiness. I, Elwin, thank you. I'm not sure she is Elwin. This sounds a little bit weird that she always says that. Well, it's my pleasure, I guess. May I ask you about her, though? Elwin nods. The way she speaks, what her words do? How? I, Elwin, can only say that we come from another place, another world. We are not like the people here, whose words, thoughts, very feelings, even, affect nothing directly. Go on. I, Elwin, take great care so as to not affect those around me too greatly. Namel, she is new here, and cannot do so. It is something she must learn, should she choose to remain here much longer. But why? There are many reasons. I, Elwin, feel it is not right to impose reality upon those without the ability to impose their own reality upon me, Elwin. Is there anything you cannot do by simply speaking of it? She frowns. A strange, unpleasant feeling rises in the pit of her stomach. Please, I, Elwin, would speak of it no more. Oh, okay, so I can read her thoughts. Effectively. In a very weird way, I can read her thoughts. The feeling of pure happiness that I was feeling was probably hers. Let's see. She begins to... I don't... whatever. Yeah, that feel... Because when she frowns, there's an unpleasant feeling. Just one other question. She looks at you directly, your face reflected in the glittering golden discs of her eyes. He would speak of it no more to Elwin, and thus would no longer force her to speak in such a way to him. You find yourself unable to voice another question. Your words catch in your throat as you try to ask. Fine then, farewell. Yeah. Yeah, that's... I'm not sure that would be exactly how it would work, of just my words catching in my throat. If your thoughts are being controlled, I also need to go to where I need to go. It's over here. Is it? It's in the bar. Where is the bar? Why is the advocate's... Oh, because it's not over here. It's in the other... No, it's here. It's here. Namel, right there. There's a video... I don't remember... Oh, yeah, I know what it is. There's a video... Oh, it's actually on YouTube Red, so you need to pay for it. But there's a video by Vsauce where they basically have a machine that reads your brain. And the way it works is basically the machine detects when you're gonna, like, touch a button. And the way they do it in a way to make sure the person can't consciously bias the experiment, so it's pretty interesting. But basically, you're gonna touch a button, and the machine reads your wavelengths in the brain and some things, and basically it learns, and the machine learns with an algorithm, because it's how machines learn. The machine learns to detect when your brain is gonna, order your body to touch the button. And the way they do it is they basically tell you not to, or to touch the button before the button lights up, because there's a lamp in the button, so it lights up. So basically, at first you can just touch a button and it doesn't light up, and then every once in a while it will light up, and you'll, oh, I didn't touch the button in time, or whatever. And then if you touch it while it's lit up, that's how it goes. But after the machine learns your brain, the way they do it is they make the button light up as your brain decides to touch the button. And that happens before your body even moves. And that happens on a subconscious level, in a way we can't really tell. In a way that's like, it's very frustrating apparently, because I didn't try it, but the video shows it. That's very frustrating because, like, I'm gonna move my mouse. And moments before I move my mouse, moments before I know I will move my mouse, my brain has already made the decision for me to know I want to move my mouse. And it's kind of fascinating. So I don't think if we are being controlled by thought. Actually, when we are being controlled, when our thoughts are being controlled, because it's possible to do that. It's called suggestion, it's called other things as well. There's a lot of techniques. And that's how a lot of people gain their money, effectively. Marketeers among them, but also people as well. Other people. But basically, we don't know when our thoughts are being controlled, because that's the point. And it's kind of scary. It is really scary, actually, that video. The implications of that. And actually, more importantly, the implications of free will. Which are not scary to me, because I have my feet landed on ground and I know exactly how things are. Well, I don't know how things are, but I'm under no illusions. So, yeah. Let's talk to Nemel. The woman, oh, by the way, she's the one that narrates everything. The woman smiles as she greets you, her beauty no less breathtaking than the first time you saw her. Nemel held her breath as the stranger approached her. Had he found Elwin? She wondered. That's what she said. I found Elwin. She was looking for you too.
Updated my journal.
Nemel's lips form a perfect smile. An infectious happiness radiates from her, clinging to you like sweet-smelling warmth. Nemel was overjoyed to her. That was just the narrator. Nemel was overjoyed to hear of her friend. She says, "Was Elwin close by?" "Yeah, she's at another cafe east of here, across this part of the ward." "Oh, come on, game." Ugh. Nemel thanked the man of his wondrous news. Soon, she would go to visit her oldest friend, Elwin. Now, though, she would reward the stranger. Okay, I'm gonna wait for her to reward me. I don't think she will, because I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's wait. She would draw the stranger close, laying her hand upon his chest and kissing the pale, leathery skin of his cheek. Life would flow into him, invigorating him. Nice. This, then, was to be his reward. As you wait, there is a light tingling sensation upon your chest and your cheek. The feeling spreads across the whole of your body, and you begin to feel stronger, more animated. Oh, but that explains the line from Elwin. That explains why things happen like they did before. Because her mere thought shapes reality, but it doesn't shape reality. It's interesting. It's interesting because it doesn't shape reality as it happens. It shapes reality as it had happened, effectively, because the memories are not in me, but the effects are in reality. So it's kind of interesting. It's really interesting, actually. You could write amazing stories with that. It would be really weird to write a story with a character like this, or more weirdly, with more than one character like this, because this is worse than time travel. This is way worse than time travel. This is the ultimate Deus Ex Machina. This is the thing. This is just so crazy, but that'd be really interesting. A character like this. It's interesting because we didn't get anyone. Fortunately, we didn't get anyone like this in Tides of Numenera, and I'm glad for that. We did get a bunch of interesting characters in Tides of Numenera that are not drawn from this game. Well, I hope anyway. Yeah. I guess I had some questions before I go. Nemel listened to the stranger's question, but could answer none. He would have to seek his answers elsewhere. Okay, farewell then. I know how things are. I know. Oh, she's off. Okay. Oh, by the way, we need to talk to this mage over here, because hopefully I will be able to complete his quest. No, probably not. Oh, wait a minute. Something wrong? Is that the same one? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because before we could just go through this, let's see, why don't you stop drinking then? Oh, there it is. There's someone you should speak to. Unfulfilled desire. You can find her in the civic hall. Talk to her of your love for drink. You'll soon find you won't want it any longer.
Updated my journal.
Oh, but don't talk about you wanting to stop drinking, because that'll be bad. His eyes brighten. Truly, I shall go. Speak to her now, then. I thank you, sir. He pauses, looking down at his empty mug. Here, I would have you take this. I need it no longer. And he hands you the rune-covered ale stain. Well, you could have done that before. I could have lied to you. How do you know he just goes glugging over? Because he's still a little bit of that. So that's the second one I have. Why? Why would I need any of this? Don't give me mugs full of infinite ale. I mean, thank you for the refreshment and oh. My healing is fixed. My healing is fixed, guys. Somehow. Why did I think the healing was going to be fixed? Was it because... What was it because? It came into my mind I don't think I voiced it, actually. But it came into my mind that my healing might be fixed. And that's the reason why I decided to use the Blood Ridge right there to experiment, to put that theory that I might have not voiced, I should say. To put that theory to the test. Let's have a chat with the barkeep over here, see if he's trades anything. Oh, no, he doesn't do anything.
I'm gone.
That's the guy that talks a bunch. Okay, yeah, let's continue exploring, because we still have a few things that we haven't looked at. The Art and Curio Galleria. It's always nice to go to an art gallery. Although, to be fair, I haven't gone to an art gallery in a long while. Well, it's probably about 10 years. Maybe a little bit less than that. I should probably do a little bit more, but that does depend on how much I travel. But I do make a point of going to art places when I go to places, because it's funny. It's funny? No, it's fun. It's fun, and that's much better than just going to a bar and sitting down and drinking a beer. Well, I say a bar, but I don't really mean a bar. A cafe, really, because we don't really. I mean, bars only open at night here, at least. So you wouldn't go to a bar and I came here to this city and I want to drink your beer. It's exactly the same as the beer that I have back home. Except, unless it's in a different country. We have Ivana over here, and we have weird things all over. And we have also paintings. What is this sound? Oh, I know what this sound is. Never mind, you can't hear it. I thought it was in here because this is very silent. But no, because it's very silent, I can now hear my stupid power supply fan. Terrible. You guys can't hear it, so don't mind that. Let's mess with things. Yeah, don't touch things in art galleries unless they're meant to be touched. In which case, you will definitely know you should touch them, because you'll probably have paid more and stuff just because you're meant to touch the art. Anyway, several shards of black crystal or ice swirl within the freezing wind that this ornate pedestal gives forth. Each shard looks razor sharp. Touching or grabbing one could be perilous. A placard on the pedestal reads, "Dark Birds of Ocanthus." Oh, apparently I can catch one in my frost ale mug. Why would I want that? Dark birds? Sure, let's go with that. You deep the mug. Oh, it's because it. Oh, I see. You deep the mug into the icy wind rising from the pedestal, catching a small shard with a slight clang. Peering into the mug, you can see the dark bird is a razor-sharp sliver of black ice. Only the mug's magical properties prevent the shard from melting away to nothing. Okay, and a frost ale mug. Oh, that's right, because this is always frosty. Or anything that you put in there, right? Let me give it a try. So basically, this mug that is unusual manufactured, it's surface etched with runes. Excuse me. It keeps its contents icy cold, whatever the surrounding temperature. Actually, it's just a portable fridge. This large pewter ale stein is unusual in manufacture. Okay, so currently it's holding. I do apologize. Currently, it's holding a dark bird of Acanthus, a shard of black ice from an exhibit in Ivana's gallery in the clerk's ward. Okay, this is definitely a quest item, so I'm gonna put it over there. Oh no, okay. I thought we had taken all of them, but we hadn't. So let's leave them be. And I'll grab any one of those, because it's going to melt in my hands even if I don't get hurt. This painting depicts a shore scene with a wide reddish-orange sun setting behind a peninsula or large jetty. The scene, though unoriginal, is breathtaking. The play of the fading daylight across the water is captured perfectly, but staring at the painted sun for any length of time makes your eyes ache. A placard reads, "Surface of Thalasia." So it hurts to look at the sun? I'm gonna touch the painting, I don't care. Oddly enough, there is nothing unusual about the surface of the painting. Okay, don't touch paintings, people. Please don't. Over here we have what looks like an hologram, and it's interesting. It doesn't show that I can... Oh. Yeah, it doesn't show me that icon. So let's touch everything. Let's see what this one is. A set of 4 paintings which portray an empty beach in the dead of the night. The air around the painting smells faintly of brine, and the painted sea seems to ebb and flow across the darkened shore. A placard reads, "Karasutran Shoreline." I'm gonna sniff the painting. The surface of the painting smells strongly of sea air. You place your hand on the painting, not knowing quite what to expect, but it is merely the texture of painted canvas that you feel beneath your fingertips. Okay, what about this one? Okay, I can do the same thing as before. So, there we go. Nothing important over there. So, I think it's just a bug. Oh, no, it's not. It's behind. It's right there. You can see it over there. I think it's behind the painting. They put the icon behind the painting. It is a bug. Okay, and this happened before as well. This painting shows an enormous granite keep, a hideous thing, long and low, covered in leering gargoyles. Oh, it's not hideous if it's covered in gargoyles. It's really not hideous. Suspended in what looks to be the night sky. A cloud of crimson and violet vapor whirls in the background along the right side of the painting. A placard reads, "The Library." That's interesting. I don't think I can tell what that is. The hundreds of chips of translucent green glass which make up the stained glass window don't appear to be held together by anything, but rather remain free-floating and mysteriously suspended within the iron frame's boundaries. The shards ripple and move in slow waves, causing bizarre patterns to fluctuate across the window's surface, as various portions of it refract the Galleria's light in different directions. A small placard beside the window reads, "Arcadian stained glass window." You reach out to touch the undulating glass shards, but you find you cannot do so. Your hand stops just short of the surface of the glass. Okay, I'm gonna save the game here, because I don't want to punch this thing and just break things. But you succeed only in bruising your knuckles. Okay, the glass may as well be sheet iron. Yep, that's good. I'm okay with that. Didn't break anything. What do we have over here? This painting is a dark cityscape, a faraway view of some giant center of civilization being burned to the ground. The streets of the place are empty, however, absent of soldiers, refugees, or even corpses. A placard reads, "The Folly of Udo." I wonder what that is. This looks to be a subterranean landscape, a massive cavern interior filled with colorful, faintly luminescent, gigantic fungi. A placard reads, "Veil beneath Clangdin." Yeah, I thought it was going to be the Underdark, but this is probably just everything from the plains and all that sort of stuff. There's nothing here from the Prime Plane, I don't think. This is a portrait of a grotesque hook-nosed old crone. The hag's flesh is a sickly blue-gray color. Her eyes glow red like the embers of a dying fire. Her chin, long and sharp, juts forward in an extreme underbite. Two yellow canines protrude upwards from her lower jaw, like small tusks. The smile upon her withered, purplish lips speaks of a horrible secret. A placard reads, "Grey Hag of Oinus." I was gonna leave. As you begin to turn away from the painting, something in it draws your attention. A strange tingling sensation arises in the back of your mind, a memory beginning to surface. You recall standing confused in a maze of briars. The hideous... I think I know what briars is, by the way. Excuse me. Just recently I found out what these are. And I think I've mentioned... I've talked about on video about the plant that these are. And if I'm not mistaken, they're basically these thorny little... Well, they're not really little. They can be huge. But they're like bush. That is just basically these thorny... like... ropes... effectively, that are all in a mess, and they kind of get out of each other and all that sort of stuff, but they basically ropes of thorn, and some have leaves and all that sort of stuff, and they're really, really nasty. And we actually have a bunch of them here in Portugal. Our forests are basically, it's basically briar. The floor of the forests are all briar, and that might be one of the reasons why basically there's so many fires. But anyway, the hideous crone from the painting is before you. Cackling wildly, you grit your teeth in frustration, wondering why she's laughing at you. "My poor dear lovely man-thing," she croons. "Why, that was your first wish." She points a single bony clawed finger at your forehead. Your temples begin to throb painfully, and you can remember nothing more. We have heard of this before. I need to ask about this painting. Who could she be? Yeah, we've heard about this before, because I think it was somebody that told stories, I think. And they told a story of a man who had asked 2 wishes, and had the last wish. And that's exactly what the crone says here. But the story didn't speak of a crone, didn't speak of this, of anything in particular. So this is me. This is definitely me. My question there when I heard this story about, was that me? Is that about me? I knew it was going to be about me. I mean, I didn't know for sure because the game hadn't confirmed it, but then that's a confirmation right there. That's really eerie. And I still don't... This is... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Knowing... That's weird because our wish was to know who we were. No, our wish was to bring everything back to what it was before. To how it was before. I think that was my wish. No. So, the first wish... So this is a recursive thing that... I don't know if it is a recursive... So if I ask to forget, then I ask to remember, and then I ask to forget again. So the first wish... Yeah, it's basically the same thing. I asked to forget. So I asked to remember. The first wish was to remember. Right? I'm pretty sure that was... Yeah, I'll need to look back at the footage, but let's see what this statue does. This statue looks like it is about to make some angry proclamation. The sculpture has captured the essence of fury magnificently. The chiseled tension lines around the neck and forehead alone must have taken many long months to get correct. Fine cracks run over the entire statue, and there is a plaque attached to its base. Okay, let's read the plaque first. It says, this statue is believed to be the final fate of Etherserian sorcerer Gangroididon, or Gangroididon. Whatever. Attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness. He was imprisoned with a spell that turned his flesh into stone, and we have just a fix for that as well. Gangroididon, or Gigon, whatever, is said to have been frozen with a final awful curse still upon his lips. A curse so terrible that it was never meant to be spoken by the lips of a living man. Okay, let's examine the statue first. The statue looks like it is about to make some angry... Okay, I know that, but I want to examine the cracks. You carefully examine the cracks that run like a network of fine black veins along the statue's surface. At one point, near its inner arm, is a section where an entire splinter of stone looks ready to come off. So I can either kill this guy, or I can save him. The final fate of the Etherserian sorcerer, Gangroididon, or something, attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness. I think it's going to be interesting if I free him of that. But I don't think I should. I'm going to debate that with myself. And what's going to happen? I'm not going to... I debated it already. So what's going to happen basically is I'm going to save. It's going to be next episode though. I'm going to free him. And I'm gonna save scum the hell out of this, because if something terrible happens to me, I'm gonna kill him. If something terrible happens to somebody else, well, was it my fault? Actually, it was. That's a good point. Well, nonetheless, well. We've been goody two shoes for a little while, so I'm fine with that. I'm fine with things. But anyway, for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Planescape Torment. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye!